So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. Um, I wanted to do two videos. I wanted to do one about the legend Manny Pacquiao and about Wilder Fury. First, I want to do Manny Pacquiao. Um, Guys, we don't know what's going on with Manny Pacquiao next. Um, I do think his career is obviously coming to an end, and he's had a great career, as we know, as I said many times before. But is there one more special night left in Manny Pacquiao? Who's that one special night going to come against? A lot of fans want it to be against Spencer Crawford. He may have one more fight left. He may have one big one left in him. He may have that big monster fight left. And listen, I think Manny Pacquiao is at the stage of his career now where every fight needs to be a meaningful fight. I do think Floyd, he's coming out of retirement apparently to fight Logan Paul. And if Floyd comes out of retirement and fights Logan Paul, I don't know what to say. A lot of people will say it's embarrassing, and Floyd's a great businessman and he'll make a shed load of money. Both guys have huge followings. Logan Paul has a massive following, but a guy that is a YouTuber that's going to face a professional boxer, and not just any old professional boxer. Logan Paul would struggle against a low-level boxer, let alone, like, I'm talking a guy that's probably just turned pro. I think Logan Paul will get battered by him. Now, we're talking about him fighting one of the greatest fighters ever. It's just becoming a bit of a comedy circus, right? Him going in the ring with someone like Logan Paul. That's embarrassing. That actually would be embarrassing. I don't know how people would watch it, but I just don't know how you can pull something like that off. Like, there's one guy who's never faced a professional boxer in his life, gonna go up against the greatest fighter ever, one of the greatest fighters ever. How the hell can you pull something like that off? Like, that wouldn't be allowed in any other sport but boxing, right? Can you imagine any other sport where a guy who's not even a professional footballer just comes in and plays for Man City? Like, it would just be stupid, right? It would just be ludicrous. How in boxing are we getting a guy that's not a professional boxer, right, gonna come in and fight one of the greatest fighters and make a shed load of money? It's just ridiculous, as you know, as far as I'm concerned. I don't understand it. I don't. It's making a mockery of boxing. A lot of people are really angry with this. If this does come to fruition, a lot of people are going to be angry that Floyd Mayweather is going to fight a YouTuber. Now, I don't know whether there's a lot of rumors circulating online that this is true, but you don't know because, Mayweather's not said anything about it, so maybe it's not true. And with Mayweather, there's always rumors circling about. But if this does come off, that would be, as far as I'm concerned, it would probably be embarrassing. But in my opinion, Floyd Mayweather should fight Manny Pacquiao if he's going to come back and fight. I think that's a massive fight, and that would be a fight between two 40-year-olds, so it makes sense. Yes, Manny Pacquiao's been active, but Floyd Mayweather v Logan Paul, what is the purpose of that? I don't even get the point. Why would you fight Logan Paul? It's embarrassing. And you know what? Sky Sports are reporting about it, and there's a lot of media outlets are reporting about it. So there must be some truth to it, and which with Mayweather, you just don't know. You just don't know because, there was rumors that he was going to come back and fight Pacquiao in a rematch 2 years ago, and that all kind of went up in thin air. Mayweather kind of started off with this McGregor fight that he started off a rumor, and then it picked up speed, and eventually they ended up fighting. So with Mayweather, it wouldn't shock you if he fights Logan Paul, because he fought Tenzin Nasukawa, he fought Conor McGregor, and now if he fights Logan Paul, that would be, I think this would be the worst out of the lot, because at least the other guys he fought were fighters. Yeah, McGregor wasn't a boxer, and Nasukawa wasn't a boxer. He was a kickboxer, but at least they were fighters. This guy's not even a fighter. Like, he's not even a professional fighter. So he's a professional YouTuber. He's a YouTuber, not a fighter. Not a fighter. So I'm confused. I'm really confused. Why Mayweather wants to fight Logan Paul. Like, I know why he wants to fight him. He wants to fight him because of the dough. But well and truly, it would be embarrassing to see, you know, one of the greatest fighters ever fighting a YouTuber. Now, for money wise, it would be money wise, it would be a massive payday for Mayweather. But it's just, I don't know. It's just, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth, and yeah, I'm not too pleased with Mayweather fighting Logan Paul. I think, fair play, he'll make a shed load of money, but he's made a lot of money. I think there's something called pride, and being one of the greatest fighters, you'd have to stoop low. Can you imagine Marvin Hagler or Sugar Ray Leonard or guys like that doing what Mayweather is doing? Like, it's just taking it to a new level. Like, Muhammad Ali fought that wrestler, whatever, but that was more of like this is an exhibition as well, but that was a little different. Ali fought guys like Larry Holmes even when he was 37. He fought killers. Like, Ali, even towards the end, right at the end of his career, was fighting killers. Whereas Mayweather now is like kind of, I don't know what he's taking the mick, like just fighting Nasukawa, fighting McGregor, fighting, now he's talking about fighting Logan Paul. It's kind of like he wants to stay relevant, but he knows he can't stay relevant with proper boxers now, so he has to stay relevant with YouTubers and guys that are not boxers, which I don't know. I think Mayweather, I wouldn't say he's ruining his legacy, because for me his legacy is unbelievable, but it's coming to a point where it's becoming a bit stupid now. I don't think I like Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest fighters. I do, but I don't think he should be fighting these guys that he's fighting, like McGregor. Now McGregor was a one-off, and I think you could get a pass for that because McGregor was such a huge star, and it made sense. But Logan Paul, yes, it would make huge business sense. It'd make him a lot of money, but I just think that's taking it too far. Personally, I think it's taking it too far. For me, Floyd Mayweather, if he's gonna come back, he should fight Manny Pacquiao, not Logan Paul. That's just not good. That's just not good at all. He should fight Manny Pacquiao. It would be a huge fight, a huge payday for both. Does Mayweather Logan Paul make? But the problem is, I don't think Mayweather wants to fight any boxer anymore. I think Mayweather knows that his time's gone, and he knows how dangerous a fight with any boxer would be. So I think he just wants to. Make a quick few quid. If I'm honest with you, I don't think he wants to fight any boxer because he knows it would be a risk and he potentially could lose. And Mayweather, being the smart guy he is, he wouldn't want to lose that especially in a combat fight. So I don't see Mayweather fighting any boxer. But if he does come back, I would love to see him fight Manny Pacquiao. But I don't think that will ever happen. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. And down to the second part, Wilder Fury. I want to give a shout out to Anumia, who wanted me to do a video on Fury Wilder 3. What's going on? To be honest, I don't know what's going on, because I don't know where Wilder is. I don't know where Wilder's disappeared. Now, you'd like to think Wilder's behind the scenes, working on a game plan on how he's going to beat Fury, because he was totally outclassed and embarrassed in the second fight. So you'd think that Wilder would be behind the scenes preparing on how to beat the Gypsy King, who, in my opinion, is the best heavyweight on the planet. A lot of people have wrote Wilder off. They don't think he can beat Tyson Fury. I think Fury will win the third fight. However, I don't think it's as easy as what people are making it out to be. I wouldn't be shocked if Wilder beats Fury. A lot of people are totally writing off Deontay Wilder. And I don't think that's a smart thing to do. You know, it's not a smart thing to do. Firstly, Tyson Fury's a erratic character in the sense you just don't know what you're going to get from him. Listen, I think he's the best heavyweight in the world. But again, he does have, you know, on and off nights, Fury. You know, we've seen that in the past. Even though he wins, he has had on and off nights, you know, in his career. So he sometimes can make mistakes, and he does get punished, but he usually finds a way to win, and that's the determination, the grit, you know, the talent that Fury's got. He finds a way to win, and he's very skillful. When he's on point, I don't think any heavyweight can live with him. He's just too big, too rangy, very skillful, very slippery. He's a nightmare to deal with. But Deontay Wilder has been making, you know, we've heard all kinds of excuses, from, you know, the suit to the gloves, to now he had a bicep injury. Listen, I think for me, I've always been a Wilder fan. I don't listen to what all the other, you know, the fans say. Oh, Wilder, he's got no boxing skills, he's rubbish, he's this, he's a bum, he can't fight. Wilder can fight. Wilder is a very good fighter, and believe you me, if Wilder fights AJ, that's a very good fight, and that could go either way. Don't call Wilder a bum just because he lost to the best heavyweight in the world, in my opinion. You know, he got dismantled by the best heavyweight in the world. So there's no shame for Wilder losing to Tyson Fury. For me, Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. So to lose to him, it's no, you know, it's not a big thing at all. He's lost to the best. And let's not forget the first fight was close, although I thought Fury won. Close in the sense that Wilder could have had him out of there, you know, in that last round, and Fury got up miraculously. So again, don't write Wilder off in the third fight. Fury is a favourite, but you can't be writing Wilder off like that. Wilder's got serious, crazy power. And what Wilder needs to do is he needs to prepare a game plan on how he's going to land that punch. He ain't going to all of a sudden become a great boxer. He ain't all of a sudden going to be able to outbox Tyson Fury. That ain't happening. But what he can do is put a plan together in how to land that big punch, and how to set up, you know, set traps for Tyson Fury in order so he can land that right hand. Because we know Wilder's got power. We know Wilder can put, and we know if Wilder catches Fury, Fury's gone down. Fury's been down with lesser men. He's been down against Steve Cunningham. You know, early on in his career, you know, we went down with, I think, MANNY PACQUIAO, was it? I can't remember. But he's been down before by lesser guys than Deontay Wilder. You know, Otto Wallin had him in massive trouble. So again, Wilder needs to make a plan on how to land that right hand. That's the only chance he has. He's not going to become a great boxer all of a sudden. He's not going to become a slick boxer. He needs to find a way on how to land the right hand. You know, he needs to find a way. He needs to prepare a plan with his team, and that's what I hope he's doing right now. He's been very quiet. You'd like to think he's been quiet because he's preparing behind the scenes in order to dethrone Tyson Fury and get his belt back. That's what you would like to think. But Deontay Wilder, he's a big puncher, and big punchers have massive egos. When they lose, right, they usually go off the rails. You know, George Foreman was an example of that. When Muhammad Ali dethroned him, he was knocking everybody out, and then when he got dethroned, it ruined him, right? Wilder has kind of gone down that same way in the sense that, you know, he's been beaten, he's been beat bad, and now he's gone missing. It's kind of like he doesn't want to face anybody, right? A lot of fighters, normally when they lose for the first time, they come out and they show their face. Wilder's kind of just disappeared. You know, you've seen him do a video about the Black Lives Matter situation. Apart from that, Wilder's just disappeared. We don't know where he is. No interviews, nothing. He's just been locked away. So you'd like to think he's been locked away because he's preparing for that Fury rematch. We just don't know because he hasn't said anything. He hasn't come out and given any media interviews. He's not done anything. And that kind of thinks, what is he doing? He's either preparing for that rematch, or he's just so depressed that he lost. I don't know which one it is, but only Wilder can clear that up. Only Wilder can come out and say what it is. Because right now we don't even know if he wants the rematch. We don't know. And I do think there are going to be some issues, because I don't think that fight can happen without the crowd. That fight's not happening without the crowd. And we already know in the UK, the chances are there's a possible chance that we're not going to have no crowd before March. So what are we going to wait? How long are we going to wait for that fight? Is it a case that that contract could get ripped up just because of the fact that because of this pandemic, maybe that contract becomes void? We just don't know. It doesn't seem like it though, because they're talking about a fight with Wilder, but now they're talking about an interim fight for Wilder. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on just because of the fact that, and if that happens, then the undisputed fight gets put back even further. So, and then you've got to understand, the longer we wait, Usyk's now fighting Chisora. AJ's going to have a mandatory, Usyk as a mandatory. He's going to have to fight him. So we may get a situation, Joshua may fight in December, and then he may have to fight Usyk middle of next year. And then that puts the undisputed fight back even further. I don't know whether in 2021 we'll get Joshua Fury. I just don't think we will. How can we? I just don't think we will. How is that fight going to happen? Because in my opinion, right, if we don't have crowds by March, right, if Joshua fights Pulev, the chances are he's going to have another mandatory in Usyk to fight. Joshua doesn't want to give up the belts. Joshua's going to fight him, and that's a tough fight. That's one Joshua could lose, right? I'm more confident he beats Pulev than beats Usyk, if I'm honest. And I don't know. I just don't see the Fury fight happening. And Fury's got to fight Wilder. I don't know. I don't know whether that. I don't think that fight's going to happen this year. I think that fight's probably going to happen March, April, maybe February, March next year. Now Fury wants to fight before then, but if I'm honest with you, I don't know whether that fight happens before March, April. And in that case, I just don't see Fury Joshua. The earliest I can see Fury Joshua happening is at the end of 2021. But even that depends on whether, because AJ may have to have 2 fights before then, right? And one of them might be against Usyk, and that's a fight he could lose. So I don't know what's going on with this undisputed fight with Joshua and Fury. But again, like I said, I think they've got obstacles to overcome. Joshua's got to beat Pulev, which is no gimme, and Fury's got to beat Wilder, which is very, very dangerous. So in terms of Fury Wilder, I think Wilder's just quiet right now. We don't know where he's at mentally. We don't know what's left in terms of his ambition. We know Fury's raring to go. Fury's been goading Wilder, but Wilder hasn't bit back. Wilder hasn't made any videos. Wilder hasn't given any interviews. It's just kind of like, where's Wilder right now? It's like, where is he? We just don't know where he is. We don't know what his mind frame is right now. So hopefully Wilder takes that rematch and Wilder tries to avenge his loss. But I just don't know. I can't really say because I don't know where Wilder is right now. So leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, I'll see you guys in the next video.